good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here yet once again with another episode of the No Gimmicks podcast. In this episode, we're going to bring to you our good, the bad, and the ugly recap of NXT Takeover San Antonio. So let's get right into it. So let's get to the first bout of the evening here. We had Eric Young, who's the leader of the stable Sanity, taking on the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. So first, the good. Competitive matchup, to make both guys in the contest look strong. Saw some nice creative counters out of both guys. Eric Young proved that he could hit that sick-looking wheelbarrow net breaker, from just about anywhere, including from off of the ring rope. So that was definitely a good showing out of both guys. The bad, I would say, we have most likely seen the end of Ty Dillinger in NXT. However, I think we could almost be guaranteed at this point that tomorrow night he will probably show up in the Royal Rumble at the 10 spot. The ugly would definitely have to be Ty Dillinger's ring jacket. I'm not sure who exactly told that guy to wear that thing out to ringside. Although I'm not exactly a fan of the concept of having Ty Dillinger join the Sanity stable, I think he could have at least taken him up on the offer of taking that leather jacket, which looked better than what he wore to the ring instead. So our second bout of the night featured Roderick Strong taking on Andrade Cien Almas. The good here, we had a hard-hitting physical contest between a former member of Los Ingobernables, that being Cien Almas, taking on Roger Strong, who's a former member of Generation Next. Basically, good back and forth physical contest between the two. Almost a bit of a strong style, showing on display here. The bad would definitely have to be, I was not a big fan of the fact that Roddy went over here utilizing his sit kick as a finisher. When you are labeled as the Messiah of the Bat Breaker, damn it, I think it's only fitting that you use a Bat Breaker as your actual finisher. The ugly here would definitely have to be the hip toss that Roddy took into the corner from Andrade Cien Almas. I'm just glad that he had a safe landing and that Roddy lived on to fight another day. So in the first title bout of NXT Takeover San Antonio, we were treated to a hard-hitting contest between the tag team collectively known as DIY Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, who were taking on the Authors of Pain. First, the good. This has got to be the best effort I have seen out of Authors of Pain since they have been in NXT. I got to also give a round of applause to Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa for carrying these two monsters to such an enjoyable match. The bad here, I would have to say, is now that the Authors of Pain are the NXT Tag Team Champions, they are not going to have the, the privilege of wrestling such talented guys such as Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So these guys are going to have to improve their skill set and be able to actually put on some matches on their own without being carried. So it's going to be interesting to see how long these guys can carry the titles for and how much they can develop under the tutelage of one Mr. Paul Ellering. The ugly here would definitely have to be towards the end of the match when Razor picked up Johnny Gargano and literally just power slammed him on top of Tommaso Ciampa, who had Akam locked in a submission hold. That just looked absolutely brutal. And I mean, it was used basically where he had his own tag team partner used to break up a submission. I just can't say that was any more ugly. On to the second title bout of NXT Takeover San Antonio. We have four of the fiercest female competitors from the NXT roster waging war for the NXT Women's Title. We had Asuka taking on Nikki Cross from Sanity versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay, a fatal four-way match. So first, the good here. I'm 100% satisfied with the fact that Asuka retained her Women's Title. Although I can say that I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Nikki Cross, she is not quite at the top of my list just yet, and I just don't feel the other two are quite ready yet. I think, if anything, Asuka should hang on to the Women's Title for quite a while, and then maybe eventually drop the title to Ember Moon at some point. The bad I would have to say here is Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are playing up the whole buddy system here. That basically either of them is happy if one of them walks away with the title. Why was it not at one point throughout that whole entire match that one of them looked at the other and said, hey, if I lay down and I allow for you to pin me and you win the title, everything is all good. Why that was never explored throughout that whole entire match, that kind of leaves me scratching my head a little bit on that one there. The ugly would definitely have to be, there was a spot that involved Nikki Cross and Asuka, where Asuka was draped across the ring apron there, and Nikki Cross delivered almost like a snap swinging like net breaker from a suplex position onto the floor. Asuka went crashing onto the floor, laid motionless for a couple of minutes. Luckily, she was okay, and she was able to retain her NXT Women's Title. Now on to the main event of NXT Takeover San Antonio. We had glorious Bobby Roode challenging our NXT Heavyweight Champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. So let's start off with the good. I gotta say, I love the pre-match pageantry that these two had during the ring entrances. We had glorious Bobby Roode being draped by 8 women on the way down to the ring, sporting a very, Ric Flair-esque purple sequin robe. I mean, they just kind of went all out here. And then my man Shinsuke Nakamura kind of cruised down to the ring on a platform with the strobe lights and like the red, lights flashing and everything. Kind of reminiscent of WrestleMania 3 when they had the guys actually make their way down to the ring on these cool little like WWF style ring platforms that got them down to the ring because they had so far to walk there in the Silver Dome. So moving on to the actual match itself. The match actually kind of was slow paced at the beginning, but it really began to build. Bobby Roode got to show off quite a bit of his moveset. Nakamura got to hit him with a lot of his hard-hitting strikes. I thought it was a pretty evenly balanced match. Definitely a bit of suspense towards the end there, which makes me move to the bag. So, we have to ask ourselves, was there a possibility that Nakamura's knee injury is quite possibly legit and not an ankle? If that is the fact, there are so many things in jeopardy here. There was a rumor that Shinsuke Nakamura would enter the Royal Rumble tomorrow and possibly even win it, and that he will make the jump from NXT to the WWE main roster. So hopefully, this was all just a storyline and Shinsuke Nakamura is okay. The ugly here in this match definitely had to be what took place earlier in the match when Bobby Roode just took Shinsuke Nakamura and just dumped him, and he went spilling head over heels backwards onto the floor, grazing the ring steps in the process. It's amazing that he didn't hurt himself on that spot, yet he hurt himself possibly, like I said, legitimately, when he dove from off the ring apron and landed a knee strike on Bobby Roode. So let's hope that Nakamura was definitely okay. We have ourselves a new NXT champion here, Bobby Roode. I'm quite sure he's going to have a long and glorious reign as champion of NXT. So in closing, I must say, yet another solid effort out of NXT with one of their specials here, NXT Takeover San Antonio. Very solid show. I give it a 4 out of 5 on the no gimmick scale. Quick recap here. We got a very solid match between Eric Young and Ty Dillinger, possibly the departure of Ty Dillinger as he might possibly make his jump to the WWE main roster by being a part of Royal Rumble tomorrow evening. A nice hard-hitting contest between Andrade Cien and Roger Strong. We get to see Roger Strong pick up another win. The best effort which we've seen out of the Authors of Pain is they captured the NXT Tag Team titles. Just an absolute crazy match featuring 4 of the fierce women competitors on the NXT roster. And a very compelling heavyweight title match. And like I said, so many questions up in the air about Shinsuke Nakamura's future as to if that injury is legitimate or not. So definitely stay tuned to see if he possibly does enter the Rumble tomorrow night. So basically at this point, I'd like to say thank you for joining us for this edition of the No Gamers Podcast. Please subscribe to our official YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. I now have a personal profile on Facebook, so feel free to add me as a friend on there if you enjoy talking wrestling and nothing else. I would also like to say follow us on Twitter at the No Gimmicks PC. Also look out for my man Craig Perkins, who writes a weekly article on ProWrestling.com. He titles it differently each week. So we will kind of keep you up to date as to what the title is for each article that he writes. So until next time around, this is Todd Smith signing off here for my tag team partner, Dale Clifford out there in Fairland, Nevada, who's not with me this time around. Y'all take care.